Oh, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Dead Funny Podcast. I'm your host, Chris, joined today with my co-host, JoJo. Jesus Christ, I'm so used to saying James than JoJo. JoJo, and our other co-host and guest star, Wes. This is his second time. Second time, dude. See, now you can't be mad at me anymore.
I'm stuck now. I'm stuck. It's gonna be a bi-weekly thing. I'm fucked. Didn't even mean to sign the contract by doing that first podcast, but it was in the fine print. As soon as I hit connect, I was fucked. I was doomed.
You didn't read the fine print, bro. Didn't read the fine print. Oh man, that's great. Well, god damn it, dude. There was oh man, I can't remember what the fuck it was. There was something that I had on the tip of my head that I was like, oh my god, I gotta talk about this when I got on the podcast, and I can't remember what the fuck it was. Holy shit, it was something about the game systems that are coming out. I don't know. Either way, but yeah, crazy fucking shit, dude. Crazy shit. So we were talking about it, and we're not going to go too far into it on stream, but just in case some of you know, because I know that's going to be in the comments, because everybody knows how big of a Rooster Teeth fan I am. We're not going to go into any specifics about it. We do know about it. We were talking about it. We're not going to talk about it. Just want to throw that out there, because there's two people that every time something happens at Rooster Teeth, they're like, yo, did you hear about it? Talk about it on the podcast. And I'm not going to talk about that on the podcast. One, not all the shit's out. This literally just happened, like, today. So there's a lot of shit that still needs to be talked about before we actually, like, dissect shit. And one person is clearly being quiet about it, and the other person's clearly not. So, still a lot of shit to put out there yet. But like I said, we're not going to go into that. But anyways, so question for you, Wes, because I know you like to get into like a lot of this tech shit when it comes to computers. If you had the option, whenever it comes to computer gaming, headset wise, are you a wireless, USB, or headphone jack?
So I'm a wired guy, and usually it's like a 3.5 millimeter set of headphones. So like that just usually has low latency. Usually, USB provides a pretty good like quality and sound because it's like just fully digital going through. There's not like a DAC, but there is like a little bit of latency because it is over a USB bus opposed to directly into the motherboard. Most of the really nice headsets, like, you know, Sennheisers, some of the Audio Technicas can be pretty nice. There's one other brand called like 64 Audio or something like that makes in-ear monitors that are good for gaming as well. A lot of those happen to be 3.5 millimeters, so I just go with that. I run it through my audio interface, so sometimes I'll do that, and sometimes there'll be a little bit of latency and a little bit of degradation of quality. But that's just for ease of controlling everything. Like I got my gain right there, and that's also where one of my mics goes through. But I think I am just going to start going straight into a sound card or straight into the onboard audio from now on, because it definitely is better quality that way.
Okay.
Yeah, so in short, 3.5.
Okay.
Wired.
Yeah, because I got a couple people who I know that use laptops, and they're constantly coming to me saying like they have, you know, your normal gaming headsets, plug headphone and microphone into the same jack, and they're always having fucking issues, like constantly with their computer.
I hate those combination jacks. They're terrible.
Yeah, so I'm thinking about just telling them, like, at this point you should probably just move more towards a USB headset combo versus just doing that.
My opinion is just like a regular 3.5 millimeter jack headset, and then a separate mic, completely separate if they can.
Yeah, they're not as big into gaming, so I don't think they're going to go that route. And plus, they're working off like a little laptop, so it'd probably be smarter just to use the combo. But yeah, I feel you. Once I went separate mic, I would never be able to go. Like, I actually hate going and getting on my Xbox now because it's fucking, I got to have the headset mic combo to where, like, most of the time whenever I can, I just stream my Xbox through my computer and then jump in the Xbox party and play that way, versus actually getting on the Xbox. It's like I like to tell people, they'll be like, oh, you don't ever play your Xbox anymore. It's like, I do. It's just basically on life support through my PC.
It's on life support through my PC. It's my proxy Xbox, my PC.
It's true, dude. It's true. I can turn on my Xbox and everything from my fucking PC. My
With the
Xbox
Xbox Companion app, right?
Yep, exactly. And I can literally
Yes,
just
sir.
stream it, and it streams it directly to my PC. So I have one monitor that's just dedicated to that, and then I can hook my fucking Xbox controller right into my PC, and literally, like I said, control my Xbox entirely through the PC. Do whatever I want to, play games, watch Netflix, all that shit if I wanted to, which would be stupid. But I mean, other than playing games, there's
You're
no point
watching Netflix on your fucking Xbox on your PC. It's like just go to Netflix.com.
It'd be even better to take it like a step forward, where it's like I'm connected to my Xbox, and then I'm playing a video on my phone, but airplaying it to the Xbox, so I can watch it from the Xbox through my PC onto my PC.
Microsoftception.
Technology.
The future is now, old man.
That would be nuts, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. I don't know. We were having a conversation about this, and I brought it up to JoJo, and I'd like to get your idea on this, Wes. But we were kind of talking about the new consoles coming out, and the way Microsoft is moving like all their games. And I don't know if you know this yet or not, but like all their AAA titles are going to be more Xbox Game Pass releases. And with the Xbox Game Pass, the majority of those titles are still going to be on the Premium Pass as well, which means that you can download and play them on your computer. So, for instance, just for an example, Halo Infinite, going to be able to completely play all that on your computer day one if you have the pass. Computer day one.
It for sure incentivizes people to get the pass. I mean, that's cool. And what's really nice is the little incentive they have if you were to do like a monthly payment plan on the Xbox itself. Mm-hmm. Right. So say you still want to get an Xbox as like an entertainment piece. You know, your friends come over and just have something to play where you don't have to run a cable from your computer all the way to like a screen behind you or like wherever else in your room. Mm-hmm. You can just, pop open your Xbox. But if you wanted to, you could stream it to your PC, or you could just download it natively on your PC and play it that way. So I think it's they're trying to create an all-in-one unified system, and I think they're eventually just going to phase Xboxes out as a console, and they're just going to be like mini ITX PCs that are like fully modular. I think that's what's coming in the future. They're just going to sell basically PCs that are really cheap, oriented towards gaming, and can, at least hit XYZ frame rates, refresh rates, all that good stuff. Makes sense. And resolution.
So whenever I had this conversation with JoJo, I was more on the fact of looking at Xbox taking a loss with the fact that people probably aren't going to be buying their new console. And then JoJo obviously informed me that they normally take a loss on consoles regardless, because they don't actually make back the money that they actually, put into the consoles to begin with. And so I guess where my argument really was, after thinking about it for a while, is that in my opinion, since PlayStation doesn't have this, it's driving a lot more of their business towards their competitor and helping support Sony. Is more, I guess, where I was trying to come from. Because, like, at this point, I bought every Xbox midnight release. No questions asked. Every Xbox has been bought midnight release up until this new one. I am not buying midnight release. But I will, for the first time, be going and buying a PlayStation. I won't be able to do it midnight release because, obviously, there's nowhere to be fucking found. But as soon as they come back in stock, I'll be buying me a PS5. Where I got my PS4 for Final Fantasy Remake, that was literally this year. I didn't have a PlayStation. I haven't had a PlayStation system since the PS2. And now, due to, Final Fantasy and shit like that, I have to keep a fucking PlayStation around because they get fucking a year exclusive, and I can't wait a year to play that. So, and so, it's, like I said, sitting at a stand base where I'm at, where it's like I have no need to buy the Xbox because everything I want on the Xbox is going to be on my computer, which obviously is going to play it better. I'm not going to buy the system. It doesn't make sense. That's me just throwing $500 at something that's going to collect dust on my desk.
So I felt that way about both the consoles until I had a lot of friends over, right? So I'd have a lot of friends over, and it's just not convenient at all to fuck around with any of the problems that I may encounter with running a large TV off my graphics card. Mm-hmm. So if I have two monitors that are right here, sometimes NVIDIA and AMD will have issues with refresh rates. So say I have a 144 hertz refresh rate monitor over here, which is my TV. Then I have one over here, and then I also have a 60 hertz monitor. A lot of times it'll set all the additional monitors down to 60 hertz because it's not able to, for some reason, output refresh rates and keep up with two separate refresh rates across monitors. I actually currently have that issue whenever I turn on my 60 hertz monitor right now. And then also on that notion, are you speaking specifically the Xbox exclusive titles are going to be on PC, or Xbox titles?
Xbox exclusive titles are going to be on PC. Everything that's cross-platform, that's coming out on multiple platforms, is possibly not going to make the premium pass because they're already going to be on PC to buy.
Right. So same thing with PS5. Every single PS5 console exclusives, that's what they're starting to call it now. Console exclusive. That means this console is the only console that has it. They already said all their console exclusives are being released on PC.
They actually were really cagey about that, because like the trailer for the Demon Souls remake, right? It said at the end like coming to PC, and then people were like, wait, really? And then Sony was like, oops, we didn't mean to put that in the trailer.
Same thing happened.
They were like,
they also did that with Harry Potter. They did that with every single console exclusive game.
Harry Potter is coming.
But
I think anything Sony owns.
There are games, Final Fantasy 16 being one of them, where Square Enix had to come out and say this is not coming to PC for a while. It says PC, but it's going to be minimum a year. And there are other games that were at the PS5 showcase where apparently that's the same thing. It's going to be a while before they come in.
Yeah, see, the second showcase that elaborated on the first one didn't say that. It just said console exclusive will also be available on PC, and it didn't give a date when I watched the showcase live.
That's definitely true of a lot of games, but like Horizon 2 will probably never come to PC, or way down the line because they finally released the first one on PC recently. Yeah. But anything Deathloop or whatever, right? That's not theirs. That's just a thing they got an exclusivity deal on. That'll come to PC for sure at some point.
Makes sense. Time. Yeah, I don't know. It's like I said, in my opinion, whenever you have so much, which don't get me wrong, if I can have a game on my PC, there's like a 95.5% chance I'm going to get it on my PC. I mean, if I could have got Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 1 on my PC, day one, I would have done that 100%. The PlayStation 4 is not going to be able to compete with my graphics card. It's just not going to happen. But whenever you look at something where an entire model is now being moved to a PC, which a lot of people already own, like I said, it just feels like as an average consumer who used to have to choose between the consoles when they came out, to where now I'm blessed enough to have funds where I don't have to worry about choosing the consoles between consoles when they come out. I don't see a point in buying the Xbox. It doesn't make sense to me. So therefore, yeah, they might not be losing money, but at the same time, that money goes to their competitors, which in my opinion is just as bad as losing money to begin with.
Well, you were gonna buy that PS5 anyway at some point.
I was, yes, but that's what I'm saying. For other people, for other people who aren't,
for other people,
Final
maybe
Fantasy
they don't get a console at all, right?
Maybe.
For other people, it means they can get $400 more of PC game instead of buying any box, right?
I guess my overall question on it is what is their game plan? Like what is the end game here? Is the end game just to phase out consoles, like Wes was saying? Like, is that end game just to completely get rid of consoles? Because if so, then why take so long? Why not?
Well, what I was saying was not get rid of like a console idea. It's just like make a mini ITX PC more available, because I don't think they're actually driving their money away from their market at all, because we're looking at it through the eyes of someone who already owns a PC. That's not what the console market is. The console market is an eyeing at people who want to buy consoles. Most people who build PCs don't have a use for a console if they're building a PC for PC gaming, other than someone like me who can afford one for the convenience factor, or someone else who could afford a console for the convenience factor. However, Sony, like you said, it seems like they might be doing something exclusive with Final Fantasy and not initially releasing it, which I was not aware of that. I was aware that all of their console exclusives were going to be on PC. The timing, I don't know when. But, you know, they're exclusivizing it. But I think they also don't want to, alienate their customers that are Microsoft customers on PC. They want all those games to be heavily supported for PC, because there was actually problems with a lot of the Xbox games that were initially released on Xbox and then eventually released on PC, such as the Gears of War franchise. I had a lot of problems on PC. The Halo franchise, there's fucking terrible issues with VSync in like shuddering for the Halo 2 remastered. That it was because it only runs really good at like a capped frame rate of like I don't know, whatever the Xbox runs around at 4K. And I think what they want is to not alienate customers that are interested in buying their games that would typically be on Xbox but also on PC, but also still have a console series for people who can't afford to build a $1,500 PC but want to be able to run these games at whatever 144 FPS on a 4K screen.
Right. That makes sense.
That's what I would assume that they're doing. Why they're doing that, and incentivizing Game Pass on PC as well. Because like you said, why would you buy a fucking Xbox when you have a PC? They saw that too, and they're just like, well, we're just gonna fucking sell you the PC games too.
Yeah.
Like, they're still gonna try to make their money on partnered, whatever you want to call it, studios, or offer at least a solution for people on PC to buy through them, offer the storefront to buy through them, because some of their games you could also get on Steam. Like I think Gears of War 5 came out on Steam and the Windows Marketplace.
Mm-hmm. Do you think that might be something that they start pushing for if they start moving more towards PC, is not letting their games go to Steam? Do you think actually more selling those direct?
Yeah, probably. If they can, if they can have the studios, sign agreements like that.
Well, Microsoft games, obviously. Like, I could see those just being strictly just Microsoft. Because if Gears of War... Well, I guess Gears of War is not Microsoft, although it made the...
No, it is.
No, they fully own Gears.
Okay. Yeah. It was Epic for a while, but then whenever...
was
it always?
Epic develops it, but like Microsoft, I think, always owned the IP.
Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah. I knew Halo, for sure, obviously. Which, did you... Oh... My God, that's something I definitely want to talk about. Did you see that Microsoft is getting ready to fucking buy Bungie back? not contract them, buy them. Straight buy them.
Not work with them, not have them develop a game for them. Just fucking like, come back to daddy.
Come back to daddy, sign this paper, and now start making Halo again.
So Halo's been weird because it was like, Bethesda developed it, and then Bethesda and 343, and then 343, right?
You mean Bungie. You say
I don't think Bethesda.
No.
Bungie.
Not, my bad. I meant Bungie, not
so
Bethesda.
So it was always Bungie. So basically what happened was that it was Bungie leading all the way up to Halo Reach. I think was the last.
Yeah, and then I thought it was 343 with Bungie working on Reach, or was it only 343?
It was only 343, and the reason why is because Bungie left to make Destiny. But half of the team didn't want to see Halo go to someone random's hand. So they stayed back and got created as 343, which is the Oracle from the original game. Original, but yeah, Guilty Spark. So they stayed back and became 343 Industries and stayed back and worked on Halo. So it was like half the team of Bungie was like, yeah, we're gonna continue to still do this.
The exact same thing happened with Gears, where it was Epic, and then Epic went off to go do their own thing after 3, and a team formed called the Coalition. That's just the Gears studio now.
Okay.
From those people.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's just Microsoft's MO for some reason, is to make
half the team leave.
Very dedicated. Yeah.
Didn't Konami do that with like a couple games after kicking out Hideo Kojima? Like they kept some of the development team with Hideo Kojima and then like rename some shit.
Yeah, they made that Metal Gear Survive game off of like over parts of Metal Gear Solid 5, and I'm sure some old Kojima people.
We love that. We love recycling. Recycling is good.
I don't know, what if they're zombies? Why not?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, Jesus Christ, you're right.
Oh my gosh, we love recycling. Yeah, especially when it comes to games, dude. That's what I'm about. I don't want different stories. I want the same shit every time.
Did anyone play Walking Simulator? I mean, Death Stranding.
I loved Death Stranding. The game is absurd and theoretically pretty boring. but also oddly compelling. I don't know why.
Does it feel more like a guided like story game or like a novel game kind of?
No, there's full-on combat and stealth and stuff you gotta do, but then there's also long stretches where you drive down a highway to deliver a box. Like, they gamify the walking. You have to keep your balance. Like, you have to press the triggers to not fall over sometimes because you have too much stuff.
Jeez.
Yeah,
That
and you gotta climb
terrible.
mountains sometimes and deal with freezing to death. It's deliver pizzas and you have to keep them flat, and so you have to worry about not like tipping over and ruining the pizza you're delivering.
So wait, why were you delivering pizzas in the game?
That's his job, is to be a delivery person between all these people living in bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
There's just, and so there's one guy who just wants you to give him pizzas. So you take them from one place to the other. And most of the time, most of the time you're delivering like medicine and shit that people need. But so you're assembling pizza, reforming the internet across the world. Not across the country. The old overarching thing.
Norman Reedus is like, I will single-handedly bring back the USPS myself.
Kinda. Yeah. Like, imagine that, but just Metal Geared like crazy.
Oh, it plays like Metal Gear, kind of?
No, the story and all the characters and shit, it is... No one was there to say to Kojima, hey, maybe this is too much, man. Maybe the game shouldn't have, like, 4 different endings.
Oh, what? There's 4?
There's, like, you get to credits, and then you're still playing through the credits, and then there's some stuff happening after the credits where you play more, get to more credits. It was... I thought I was done with the game, and then I was still playing for like 3 more hours. It's
Jesus Christ.
It's art. It's a mess. But
well, we call that performance art that you were being a part of.
Oh my god.
No game was fantastic that I fucking played today, and I beat in an hour and a half, but it was like really fucking good. House on the Hill.
Hill on the House. Yeah.
Hill on the House.
Did you say that like 3 times when I was trying to look it up and
it
see
felt
when
like
I typed in Hill on the House, and I was like, well, I see House on the Hill, so I don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
House on the Hill.
No, yes, I read the reviews and it said that it was super short, and so as soon as it said that, I was like, oh, I gotta turn Wes's stream.
No, it's worth it. It's fucking worth it.
Well, no, I'm gonna get it, but I had to turn your stream. Well, I went to lurk mode basically because I didn't want to actually see the game. It was gonna be super fucking short because like I'm gonna remember it whenever I go to fucking play it. So
it's like super introspective and like it has like a Shutter Island like what the fuck is going on feeling, but like,
I like that.
From like 17 different facets, not just like, oh, he's either crazy or he's not. It's like, no, he's either crazy or like there's more going on here. It's fucking insane, dude.
I don't know why people hate it, and this might be an unpopular decision even between the cast right now. I love Shutter Island. I thought Shutter Island was a great fucking movie. I have so many people that talk shit about me for the fact that I like Shutter Island. I thought it was fucking amazing. I mean, I will say this. It's not one of Leonardo DiCaprio's best movies, but Shutter Island was pretty fucking good. So, just like I finally actually got around. This one I'm going to get shit for. I know this. I literally just got around to watching Inception for the first time last month. I kid you not. The first time.
Wow.
Yeah. It was on my radar.
I think I like Shutter Island better than Inception. I think so.
Really?
I liked Inception, but I just felt like the going into dreams and dreams was a little overdone. I loved that, but it was just like I just feel like if I was to rewatch it comparatively to Shutter Island, I'd have much more fun rewatching Shutter Island over rewatching Inception.
That's fair. And plus, obviously, you know me at this point, I like all that creepy shit, like the asylums and shit, so them being through that whole, like, mental house and all the fucking crazy, like, mystery shit going on, I was like, oh, yeah, this is right in my fucking alley, let's go. Easily. Oh, man. What were you going to say, JoJo?
Is there a lot of... Do people hate Shutter Island? I don't even know that there was a perception that people would get on you for saying you like that.
I had a group of buddies where, yeah, that's their deal, is to tell me that fucking the fact that I like Shutter Island,
that's their whole
trash.
deal.
So Yeah, that it's
To
just
tell you
it's,
shut
it's
around.
just not
Huh.
it's not worth it whatsoever. So there's that. But
Okay.
hey, it is what it is.
Oh, that's fine, I guess.
Yeah, but oh well. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's not one of his best movies. That much I will say. It's definitely not one of his best movies. But in
Depends on
my
how
opinion, it
many
was really,
you're
really
counting,
good.
I guess. It's probably in his top half.
Yeah,
He was a bunch of shit, I think, before.
I personally really fucking loved Great Gatsby. I thought that was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Wolf
I
of
saw
Wall
that.
Street. Who doesn't fucking like that one?
I
That
feel
one
like
was
that.
so fucking good.
The Revenant.
The Revenant was good. I still wouldn't put that in my top, but I'm just glad my boy finally won a goddamn Oscar. I mean, he had to almost die to fucking do it, but fuck it, give it to him. Like I said, it was an okay movie.
Was he also in The Departed, or am I just imagining that?
Oh fucking A, that's a great question. I don't think so.
He's not. Is he? No, that's Wahlberg.
The Departed.
And...
Let's see. I'm pretty sure. So it's Leonardo DiCaprio, Matt Damon, Jack Nicholson, Mark Wahlberg.
No shit, he is in there. Huh?
Yep.
For some reason, I just remember Mark Wahlberg being in it.
Yeah, that movie was insane too. I thought The Departed was pretty good.
2006. Damn, Shutter Island was only 2010. Damn, that's nuts. So he had Shutter Island and fucking Inception come out the same year. This fucking guy.
That's a big year.
Busy man.
He was.
When's
really
Wolf of Wall Street? 2012 or
2013?
13, yeah.
Oh, kind of later, yeah.
He was really
the fact they had Jonah Hill in there too.
Dude, it was so good, dude. That movie was so fucking good. I love Wolf of Wall Street. Oh my god, that movie was great. But yeah, I was just telling fucking JoJo. I mean, one of my favorites by him actually might be The Great Gatsby. I really enjoyed that fucking movie. It was really, really good. That one and then Wolf of Wall Street. Pretty.
I didn't watch the movie because I read the book in high school, and I just was like, after I was done reading the book, I'm like, okay.
Okay. I mean, it's fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I don't know, maybe because I was forced to fucking read it, I didn't like it.
I could see how reading that story would be boring versus watching Leonardo DiCaprio act the role of that and bring his own little whatever. So, because I mean, you got that thing that they talk about where like in fucking Unchained, where he fucking cut his own hand or whatever, and he just kept fucking acting through it. You guys didn't hear about that?
Yes, no, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Django,
that scene where he fucking slams the glass down. And he cuts his own hand, and instead of fucking stop and cut, he just kept acting there. He rubbed his blood on that chick's face, which kind of seems fucked up now that you figure that part out.
That's just like a lawsuit waiting to happen. What the fuck? Imagine giving someone like Hep C that way.
That chick was so calm, I would not have been able to be calm. I would have been like, get your fucking AIDS blood off my fucking face. Oh my gosh, dude. Especially
you're gonna pay me a lot of hush money. Thank you.
Especially with like how many chicks Leonardo DiCaprio has like kind of been with, dude. Because I mean, he's known for like having nothing but a shit ton of young chicks around him. So
he's not married, right?
No.
He and his boys call themselves the Pussy Posse, I believe. That's a real thing. Him and like Toby Maguire or something. Like, I can't remember who he's friends with.
I hope he's not in that.
Oh, you mean B-rate Jake Gyllenhaal?
Yeah, B-rate. Exactly, dude. That's what I call him. I call him the poor man's Jake Gyllenhaal, dude. Jake Gyllenhaal's a fucking beast, dude. Oh,
that's literally what happened in Spider-Man, though. They were supposed to cast Jake Gyllenhaal, and they're like, well, Jake can't do it, so like,
we'll just get this fucking guy,
someone who kind of looks like him.
Dude, he was terrible. God damn it, dude. I always tell everybody, Spider-Man 3 was one of the best days and one of the worst days of my life, because we didn't go see it in theaters. We waited to watch it whenever you could get it at home, which was very weird for my family because we're a huge fucking Marvel family. And so we went to Taco Bell and we were getting fucking food, and they had just released this brand new quesadilla that was with the fucking ground beef from the tacos. And it was so goddamn good. We're like, fuck it, we'll try it. So all of us got a couple of those. And then we went home to watch the Spider-Man 3. I was like, this quesadilla is fucking heaven. It's amazing. And they took it off the menu. It was limited time. They took out the menu, never put that bitch up back on there. And I was like, oh, this is fucking amazing. And then literally was watching Spider-Man 3, and then they showed Venom, and I was like, this is fucking terrible. What is this? Like, this is not Venom. What the fuck? I was so let down by that movie. And not to mention, his acting was shit, in my opinion, in that movie. But a lot of people, so many people who were Tobey Maguire was best Spider-Man, and I'm just like, no.
If Tobey Maguire is a discount Jake Gyllenhaal, Topher Grace is a discount Tobey Maguire. So he's kind of a perfect casting of Venom. If you don't like, not a great Eddie Brock, but we want a guy who's dark Spider-Man or Peter Parker. Some logic there.
He didn't look good as Eddie Brock either. That was just
Eddie Brock, like a beefy dude.
He was a jock, yeah. He's the guy that beat up on Peter Parker throughout school and shit like that, which I thought was hilarious because it's like they changed that in the animated Spider-Man TV series that came out right after that to where it was Flash Gordon was the guy that was beating up on fucking Peter Parker. And
there's always Flash Thompson in the comics.
You're talking about
the bully.
Who the fuck is Flash Thompson?
Flash Thompson's the guy that went off to war. He was the one that was dating
later. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Eddie Brock did not go to school with Peter Parker. He was a rival.
You're right. You're 100% right. You are 100% right. Yeah, no, I got that wrong.
I've read some fucking Spider-Man comics.
I did too. Yeah, I got that wrong. Because Flash had an issue because Gwen Stacy always showed signs of liking Peter, and that was his biggest issue with him to begin with. And then he went
for a long time.
Yeah,
it's just a dick.
You know who we need to have on this podcast if we want to get into MCU comics really, really deep? My buddy Miggy. He's probably literally read almost every single Marvel comic in existence.
That's an accomplishment, dude.
That you can possibly get your hands on and read. Okay? There's I'm sure there's some that have never been released, or they released like 5 of them and only 3 people have ever seen them. Any ones that you can possibly get on public record, he's probably read.
My dad has a storage unit down south, and it is literally filled wall to wall with long comics. His entire collection. And I have literally never even made it through all of that. So, like, my comic book boxes that I have, like, I was like, I'm not going to be able to do this collecting everything because it's not my passion as much as it was my dad's. So, my comics are literally, if it's got Deadpool on the title or on the cover, I have it. Other than that, that's all I have going on for me. Although there were some series that striked me while I've been an adult and away from home, where I was like, oh, I want that. Like Age of Ultron, for instance, was such a fucking good series. Shit like that just was like, oh yeah, I definitely have to fucking get that. So that's fair. But yeah,
that was hard to keep up with that stuff when Civil War was happening. It's like, there's 17 different comic series that technically encompass this.
Well, and that's the thing.
I have a lot of them.
Yeah, and I do too. And that's the thing that sucks about being a Deadpool fan was like back in the day, I remember I could go in, Deadpool had one series going on that would come out every second Wednesday of the month. That was easy to keep up with. Now he's so goddamn popular. There's like 20 different fucking artists writing him. He's got fucking 8 series going at a fucking time. Most of them come out every fucking Wednesday. I'm like, bro, dude, it's this or my Square Enix figures, dude. I got to choose. So Square Enix won. That's the comics. If I really want to, I can wait till after they come out and then read about them on the fucking internet for free. I mean, if I really fucking wanted to. So yeah, no, Square Enix won out on that one. So 2 quick things. When's the next Marvel movie release? Because I got an important little idea with that. At the end of this year, Black Widow.
I think they all got pushed back. I think Black Widow's into May of next year again.
Did it finally get pushed back? So far, what I heard, it's supposed to come out in November.
Yeah, they pushed it back again.
Goddamn.
Whenever there's a Marvel release, you guys should get together. We should have my buddy Miggy on, and I think that would be a really cool show to do.
I would be completely up for both because me and JoJo definitely are the resident comic fans as far as the Dead Funny team's concerned. So I wouldn't be against doing an all comic podcast. I would 100% be up for that.
They are still WandaVision on Disney Plus is going to happen still this year.
Isn't that a TV show?
Part of the Yes. Okay. Yeah. It's part of the MCU, you know? Yeah. It's
unfortunately
relevant.
It seems like after
setting up.
It seems like after they were done killing off all the main people, like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans.
Yeah.
They don't know what the fuck to do anymore. It's just so goddamn random at this fucking point. Although I'm excited for the what ifs. What ifs?
I think they had a plan, but now it's kind of fallen through a bit because Chadwick Boseman died. Like it theoretically it would have been Black Panther, like Captain Marvel, kind of taken over in the lead roles, I think. But now they can't do that.
Well, no, it probably would have still been Falcon taking Cap's spot.
Oh, totally that, but I mean, like in terms of like if there's an Avengers 5, like they were gonna make those two like central to it. I think
Captain Marvel was fucking terrible. I don't care what anybody says. Fucking terrible. That should
their
never
best
happen.
movie.
Terrible. It's fucking terrible.
It's fine.
It was terrible.
But yeah, no, they're doing the Falcons taking over Captain America for sure.
I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. There's so many of those actors that I feel you can't replace. But there can never be another Tony Stark that will be as good as fucking Robert Downey Jr. did. It's not going to happen. I mean, I would like to say maybe Cap, but I really loved Chris Evans in that role. Another person that I could never see being replaced, Hugh Jackman. You can't replace Hugh Jackman at all. Like it's not. You can't do it.
Like you're right, he was great, but also it's so weird because he's a terrible casting for Wolverine.
Oh, for sure, 100% terrible casting, but it worked. That's the problem. It worked.
Oh, yeah.
Did you ever watch the bloopers to the fucking is it Origins? Origins is the one.
That's one.
Yeah. Well, Origins the ones where it had Deadpool in it, right? Yeah. The terrible what if that they took from one fucking comic where he had lasers in his eyes. Yeah, that piece of shit. Anyways, so the bloopers to that movie, whenever he fucking stands up and he's like roaring and shit, and he's got the fucking metal claws out for the first time, and you see like his fucking bare naked ass, and he jumps out of the fucking tank. The bloopers in that he jumps out of the tank and he accidentally hits a camera guy with his elbow, and so he goes from just this blood fucking curdling roar to his Aussie voice asking the guy like, "Are you okay? Oh my god, I'm so sorry." Within a fucking instant, dude, like a fucking instant. And it's like, dude, Hugh Jackman's just such a good guy, dude. He's just such a good guy.
Totally.
That's why whenever he does shit outside of his like actual like person, it cracks me up. Like whenever him and Ryan Reynolds were having the fucking Twitter war, and Ryan Reynolds did that like really heartfelt commercial for Laughing Coffee. And then they were going to show the commercials to each other, so that way they'd see them for the first time. And Hugh Jackman is just him sitting at the table. He opens up the gin, and he's like, "Aviation gin. I heard it's good. I don't know. I didn't try it." And he just puts it on its side, and it's just spilling the gin out onto the fucking carpet. And he's sitting there watching it. And then he just looks up and he goes, "Buy it or don't." And then that's the end of the commercial. And Ryan Reynolds is just sitting there with this shocked face on like, "I did all this work on your commercial." Like he was doing this whole thing, and he's like, and Hugh Jackman is a spokesman for it. And what else starts with H? Hero. He's a real hero. Shit like that. And then Hugh Jackman's is just him spilling the gin on the fucking floor saying, "Hey, I'm not gonna drink it." I was like, no fucking way, dude. Oh, that shit cracks me up. But yeah.
Can I just say something real quick? So, I wish I could get into like comic book movies a little bit more, because the 2003 Hulk movie kind of ruined that for me as a kid.
Yeah. The 2003 Hulk
that was like one of the first ones I think I saw, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this shit? I was like, felt so fucking ripped off. I was like, this is fucking terrible. And then I think the Spider-Man movies kind of restored it for me, 1 and 2, and then what really did it for me was the first Avengers movie in Deadpool.
Yeah, that brought you back.
Yeah, I haven't been paying attention to Avengers, but I saw the first Avengers movie, and what was really nice about the first Avengers movie was the musical composition was also fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah.
And also the movie was good. The movie was good. I didn't like the first Iron Man movie that much, even though I saw it. I was just like, I just couldn't get into it. I don't know why.
Yeah, for me, Iron Man's actually always been my favorite hero. Deadpool's like my favorite character overall, but he's not actually a hero. So Iron Man's always been my favorite hero. So whenever he got his movie, I was like, "Oh, sign me the fuck up! I'm definitely gonna go watch this." I was completely fine with them using him as like the start for the Avengers because it made sense anyway. But yeah, no, the Hulk movies, in my opinion, all of them were trash. I didn't like either one of them. I do like what they said on why they made the second one was that the first one was too scary. But then the second one, they bring fucking Abomination in. They're like, the first one's too scary for children with the fucking gigantic mutated dogs and shit. It's not like, but then you bring in Abomination. Yeah. Like, they didn't really make sense.
I was like excited at that part though. Like, what the fuck? The movie was boring. It was like 3 hours of like science and then like 15 minutes of Hulk.
15 minutes of Hulk. I mean, that's a pretty fucking accurate description, honestly.
I remember as like a kid, like sitting in this theater, like just like crawling in my own fucking skin, like my skin's crawling. I'm just like, when are we getting out of here? I'm uncomfortable being here. This is boring as shit. You know, like when you get antsy as a kid and you're just like, I need to fucking go do something. That's how I felt. Like I was like, can we go to the bathroom and kind of like walk around for a few minutes? I was pretty young. I was like, probably 6 years old when that came out.
That's fair. Have you ever fallen asleep during a movie at movie theaters?
Yes. What was that, like 2010 or 12 Greek Olympians movie that came out?
You talking about Clash of the Titans?
At the Titans or something?
Clash of the Titans?
Clash of the Titans, sure, yeah.
Yeah, where it's fucking
what the
about
fuck?
Perseus.
This is gonna.
There's another one that I totally saw.
Yeah, Clash of the Titans. That's the one I fell asleep during.
Yeah, the one with Perseus. Yeah, I remember that one. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't that good. It wasn't that good at all, honestly, but it was okay.
No.
Mine, and I'll never forget it. There was this chick that I was trying to date forever, and she always had a boyfriend, and she finally got single, and I was super pumped about it. And I was like, hey, let's go to the movies. And it was me, her friend, and my buddy. So it was kind of like a double date thing, except they weren't necessarily dating, but they were trying to date. And so we go to this fucking movie, and I was like, you pick whatever you want. And she picked the fucking movie. And I passed out during the movie, and she thought it was like fucking extremely rude that I passed out on our first date during the movie and fucking didn't want to fucking date me anymore. I kid you not, dude. And I was so upset, but the movie was so goddamn boring. It was The Motherfucking Happening, dude. The fucking Happening.
I remember that movie.
Not stay awake. It was fucking terrible.
I watched that whole movie.
Oh, it was so bad, dude. It was so bad.
She only wanted to go see it because Mark Wahlberg was in it.
Oh, for
like
sure.
A younger Mark Wahlberg, like not too young, but you know, like not old.
Yeah, I love Mark Wahlberg, to be honest. I really do. Like The Fighter, probably one of my favorite fucking movies of all time. With him and Christian Bale, that movie's so goddamn good.
Yeah,
so goddamn good. But yeah, no, I fell fucking asleep, and she was not impressed with that. So yeah, I was like, well, I got in there for a night. I got in there. And that was it.
I miss like early 2000s horror movies, like The Ring and shit like that.
Yeah. They just don't do them good anymore, man. Like I love the new It's just because I love it, but I mean, just the scary movies these days don't hold a candle to what fucking horror movies.
I don't know what it is. The CGI just doesn't look scary. For some reason the practical effects were much scarier than the CGI, like the Tim Curry practical effects.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like I think at this point I'm too desensitized. I think that's my issue.
Yeah, it's probably my issue.
It's like the same thing with Phasmophobia. I mean, me and you walk into houses together and we fucking just, all right, bitch, where you at? And just fucking run through it. Like, I mean, we're pretty desensitized at this fucking point.
Like, psychological horrors don't bother me, but like jump scares still sometimes get me. And I actually like jump scare horror movies more than psychological horror movies. Not saying that I wouldn't watch The Shining because I like The Shining and stuff like that, because there's just like a good story to be told in a lot of those fucking psychological horror movies. But like a lot of people who try psychological horror don't do a good story now, and it's just kind of boring and like, yeah, it doesn't scare me. Jump scares that jump out and like startle me, I like that. Like I love that because it's like, I don't know, it's like it's something unexpected.
That's fair.
I'm really into jump scares.
That's fair. My girlfriend, she fucking hates horror movies, which sucks for me because like now I gotta go watch all these by my fucking self. But she fucking hates horror movies, and because I grew up, I don't think I told you this, Wes, but my grandma, she used to force me to watch like Freddy Krueger before I would go to bed for school on Sunday So I saw it every weekend. But, oh, you want to come watch Freddy Krueger with Grandma? But oh yeah, we'd sit there and watch Freddy Krueger. It's all right. Now it's time to go to sleep. And I'm like, but he kills people in their dreams. Yep, bedtime. Like that.
Yep.
And I would literally
Give
just
him
sit in
hell.
my room and cry and shit. Yeah, I literally did not want to go to sleep. So shit terrified me as a kid. But as she says, oh, it was tough love. Look at you now. Now you're not scared of scary movies. And I'm all like, well, don't.
You're like, yeah, but the whole point is for them to be scary. You ruined it for me.
Also, it's not like something you really need to overcome. You never have to deal with that in reality. If you're afraid of scary movies, it's not gonna come out of nowhere. Like, life or death. You need to not be afraid of Michael Myers. Like,
That's
never.
fair.
It doesn't matter.
But whenever we first got together, she likes old fucking movies. I don't know why. She is into so many goddamn old movies. There's some old movies out there that are iconic that I probably should have watched. Yes, I get that. And this is definitely one of them. But I'd never seen Clue. It just never happened. I literally never
seen what?
Clue. I'd never got around to seeing Clue. It just never happened. Just in my life, just never fucking happened. And so she was like, "All right, cool. Well, we're gonna watch Clue." So she sat me down to watch Clue, which also in turn, trying to be a sweet romantic boyfriend, I decided to turn around and take her to Knives Out because that was like the modern day version of Clue, which that movie was fucking terrible. But anyways, I did not care for Knives Out.
What are you talking about?
I did not think it was that good of a movie. I was more bored than it seemed like they were trying to be Clue, which that was obviously the point. But at the same time, I don't know. It just didn't grab me. And I was excited because there was like Chris Evans and shit was in there. The kid that's from It was in there. Like I was really excited, and then I don't know. I left that movie thinking there could have been a lot more. Like not longer, just better. I want to make sure I'm clear about that part because a lot of people are like, oh yeah, it could have been more. It's like you wanted like a fucking 4-hour long movie. No, I wanted like the impress 4-hour long movie in a 2-hour long time frame. But anyways, what I was trying to get to is that I was like, okay, I'll do that, but you have to watch it with me. And she's like, I won't watch it with you. And I was like, okay, fine. How about this? You only have to watch specific parts. I was trying to see if I could get her interested in a couple of the parts, like with the kids hanging out and stuff like that. And it turned out like I did get her interested, but not by her own free will. The only time she actually got scared was the one jump scare that's in the movie, in the first one. And it's whenever fucking what's her face, the chick is in the bathroom and she is sitting there. It was after they cleaned it all up from the blood or whatever, and she's like sitting there talking to herself, and then she turns around and it's right behind her. It's the most obvious that there's going to be a jump scare here scene in the entire movie, and that's what got her. She screamed so loud, and I was like, how did you not know that was going to happen? Like, how there was signs that it was in the apartment from the moment she opened the fucking door. How did you not know that was going to happen? It did the camera slowly, instead of the camera zooming out and seeing the entire bathroom like it was, it splits to, it's just zoomed in on her and then slowly starts to widen as she goes to turn around. It's like, you knew that was going to be a jump scare. You fucking knew that was going to be a jump scare. But, it is what it is. But now she won't watch any of them with me. But, yeah, it sucks. It's like, back to watching horror movies by myself. Woo.
Dude, I love horror movies.
Me too, dude. Me too. I fucking love them so much. I've actually been trying to get back on a craze of watching some of them since we're here in October now and kind of dealing with that. But, we'll see. It's like you said.
I'm really into really bad horror movies, too. Like, really terrible ones. Like,
how terrible are we talking?
Yeah,
I'm talking like following, well, the Toxic Avenger series sums up part of it. Grave Dancers gets, House of the Dead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really fucking bad ones.
Wait,
Dead Alive.
House of the Dead. Why does that sound familiar? Who did that?
That's, is that you, Bull? The guy doing all the video game fucking movies, or?
Yeah. House of the Dead is a video game, so.
You Bull, is it you Bull?
Probably.
Okay, because I was thinking when you said that, I was thinking that you were talking about the Rob Zombie one. What's the Rob Zombie one called? Well, he had two.
House of a
Million Corpses.
Thousand
Corpses.
Okay,
yeah.
That's what it is. I'm about to say, 'cause I thought the
a lot
Rob
of
Zombie
corpses.
one was good. Yeah, I thought Rob Zombie one was good. Dude, it's so funny. I'd never been like big into like that kind of music. It just doesn't strike me that much. But oh my god, dude, playing Twisted Metal as a kid, that I think fucking Dragula was like one of the fucking best songs fucking ever in the fucking world,
dude, Twisted Metal was the shit.
Twisted Metal was so amazing. Oh my fucking god.
You know what games everyone overlooks from that like era that I thought were fucking amazing? Time Splitters and fucking Serious Sam.
That's fair.
Oh
That's
yeah,
fair.
Serious Sam was fun. I like Serious Sam a bunch.
One of the ones that I didn't think
putting out another one.
One of the ones that I think that didn't get the fucking justice it deserved was they were separate release titles, and then one year they actually put them together. Was Kane, The Legacy of Kane, where you
and Soul Reaver.
And Soul Reaver, yeah, 100%. Legacy of Kane and Soul Reaver. I don't think got their justice either.
It's Azrael is Soul Reaver, right?
I believe so.
He gets thrown into the pit and he's mad because his fucking dick gets burned off into the acid pit. No, literally, like I think that was an actual quote in the series. He was like, "My fucking dick is gone" or something like that. He gets his shit burned off in the acid ether.
Oh,
yes,
man.
sir.
Okay.
Those games are so fucking good, though. I love
Dude, PS2 games were the fucking greatest. Like all the Mortal Kombats that were on PS2, it was just phenomenal. You fucking Deception, Shaolin Monks, fucking Armageddon, all of them were fucking insane.
Yeah, I really
Soul Reaver games.
I haven't got around to doing it, but I really want to actually pick up the remake to Medieval. That was one of my favorite games.
Yes.
I was playing.
Yes.
It's like $30 now. I'm like, fuck, dude, I should just pick it up and fucking play it. Yeah, but see, that's the thing I'm worried about. I'm worried about buying the new Crash Bandicoot, man. It's like there's no way it's gonna be as good as fucking Crash Bandicoot was back then, dude. It's just not. Crash Bandicoot was so good. Spyro. Yeah, that one too. Yeah.
See,
it's just
yeah. Seems like people are willing to overlook that they've made like half a dozen other Crash Bandicoots between 3 and now, and just say, hey, it's back. We're good.
Yeah, I do like how that's the what is it? Is it Finally? Isn't that the name of it?
It's About Time.
About Time.
Crash
that's
Bandicoot.
what it is. Yeah.
It's About Time. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I gotta look at picking up Medieval. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the podcast. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure you like and subscribe. Also, hit that notification and or hit the notification bell to see the next podcast when it comes up, and hit us in the comment section below. Is what I was trying to say. But hey, what's a Dead Funny podcast if I don't fuck up an outro? But also, make sure you check out the links in the description below. We got Twitter and Twitch links down there. Also, we'll have Wes's links down there as well. If you like him, make sure you go support him. Check out his content. He streams all the fucking time. He fucking has his own YouTube channel that he's getting up and going. You haven't uploaded a second video yet at this point, right?
No, but I alluded into the new video about that.
It's so fucking hilarious. It's definitely worth the watch. It's like, 40 seconds long? It wasn't even that long. It's like making a tie-dye shirt. It was fucking hilarious. Go check it out. I guarantee you're going to laugh your ass off. I watched it, instantly showed my girlfriend. She thought it was fucking hilarious. I've probably seen the video myself like fucking 6 times at this point. And I've yet to tie-dye a shirt because I just haven't. It's very informational in a very Wes kind of way. And if you don't know Wes, that's a good way to go check him out for sure. But also his Twitter will be down there as well. He's very active on his Twitter. But at the end of all this, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. And we'll see you next time.